Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Kindly click on the subscribe button and stay in the comment section. Drop your comments as we discuss issues pertaining to Ghanaian football. You can also drop in the comments your suggestions and ideas. I'll be involved in the comment section. We'll interact a lot from that space. Now, over the week, in time past, not long ago, I've heard the argument of stadium attendance making waves. And there are lots of factors that people have attributed to reasons why fans do not go to stadiums to watch football matches. And thumbs up to my friends at Asempa FM for organizing something beautiful and interesting dialogue to know reasons why people aren't going to the various stadia to help our game grow, help the clubs benefit from gets proceeds to help engineer the club or help strengthen the club or give the club some bits of financial cushion. Thumbs up to them. They did a marvelous job. They brought some of the issues out. And I feel on my part here, I've also gotten major points that I feel on the other side were not discussed. That's been hindering fans from going to the stadium, that have been preventing supporters from going into the stadium. So I put it, factors affecting stadium attendance unknown. Yeah, unknown factors affecting stadium attendance. Interestingly, it would interest you to know these points that I've raised here and why I'm raising this point, because I'm here to explain this point. And I'd love you to be in the comment section to drop your comments and let's have the interaction, because we would want to grow our game. Again, subscribe. Kindly click on the subscribe button. Stay relevant here so that as and when the videos pop up, you would have a lot to view. Today there's a lot on my pad here. I have today we'll be doing a lot of mathematics. I'm not really good at maths, but today I want us all to get involved and do this math. One of the reasons why fans aren't going to the stadium, reasons they are complaining, number one on my itinerary is prize monies paid clubs. Prize money. When we talk about prize money, how much does a club earn after, for example, they win the league? After, for example, they come second, first and second runner-up, what amount are they taking home? The first runner-up is the one who comes second, like we say second, and then the second runner-up is the one that comes third. So we see. So the prize money is paid Ghanaian clubs. And I went out and spoke to a lot of Ghanaian footballing enthusiasts. Now, they are saying that the prizes that the winner of the Ghanaian Premier League, for example, the winner of our leagues here in our Fortic, it's not encouraging. He puts them off. It's a zero. We've played Sakura League, what people call Sakura League. We were not having any sponsors on the league. Now we went in and fished out a sponsor, a headline sponsor of the league, and still it seemed that the price is not adjusting properly. Now, this is what transpires. When a team wins the Ghanaian Premier League, it takes 300,000 Ghana cedis. Please listen to this carefully. It takes 300,000 Ghana cedis, not US dollars. 300,000 Ghanaian cedis and plus 40 gold medals, because of course the FA give allowances for clubs to register about 40 players, or if not 30 plus, some backroom staff on the technical area and what have you. The second, or one who is the first runner-up, is also taking 200,000 Ghana cedis and 40 silver medals. 200,000 Ghana cedis and 40 medals. That's what the second or the first runner-up takes from the league. And then the second runner-up, the third, the one who comes third, is taking 80,000 Ghana cedis plus 40 bronze medals. This is what was announced to us by the Ghana Football Association. Prize monies for who wins the Ghanaian Premier League, for example, and what amount the person takes. Now, let's do this mathematics. This is where I'll need maximum attention from you. I'll need all of your attention here. And reasons why the ordinary football fan out there is not going to the stadium because of some of these factors. That the monies we give our club aren't even attractive. They feel the clubs always run at a loss, so it will affect their brand. It will not position the club very well in the footballing space. Now let's do this mathematics. The clubs play in a competitive league from October of a certain year to June of the following year. So, for example, we're playing the current 2022-2023 football season. The reason why it's 2022-2023 is because we began somewhere in the latter part of the previous year, 2022, and we are moving into this year, 2023. June is where we are ending the league. Now, this is where the mathematics counts. Now, I want us to look at what amount the clubs spend week in, week out, the amount the clubs churn out as salaries, the amount the clubs churn out as winning bonuses. Do all that mathematics and subtract it from the 300,000 Ghanaian cedis. And if it's not 300,000 Ghanaian cedis, you can comment in the section and let me know. So, for example, for some clubs I know, they spend 9,000 Ghanaian cedis for an away match. 9,000 Ghanaian cedis for an away match. Now, 9,000, well, in the league setup in a month, you can play, for a minimum 4 matches, week in, week out, as in the first weekend of every month, the second weekend, the third weekend, and the fourth weekend. So you travel on away twice and you play home twice. So 2 in, 2 out. So 9,000 for going for an away match. So an away match, a club is spending 9,000. I wouldn't want to mention any specific destination, but the 9,000, you ask, what does the 9,000 include? It includes fueling, includes feeding, includes hotel. I mean, the amount you pay for the number of rooms you are taking for the footballers. You pay for all of these details. So 9,000 Ghanaian cedis. Now, 9,000 times 2 is 18,000 Ghana cedis. 18,000 Ghana cedis. And for home matches, the club is spending somewhere around 7,500. You ask why 7? They have to be camping the players. They have to be feeding them prior to matches. So, i.e., Friday into Saturday and Sunday, or some clubs Saturday and Sunday. So you feed them from in the morning, you feed them in the afternoon, you feed them in the evening. So if a pack is even 25 cedis or 30 cedis on food, from afternoon and evening. In the morning, you give them breakfast, and let's say you prepare the breakfast, or you bought some porridge or what have you for them. When you sum those amounts all up, and that's what you're spending for the whole match. So 7,500 times 2, that's also giving you 15,000 Ghanaian cedis. Now you add 15,000 plus 18,000 is giving you 33,000 Ghanaian cedis for a month. You've not paid salaries yet. You've not paid salaries. So for a month, 33,000 for a Ghanaian club, football club. Then you multiply the 33,000 times 9, because you are playing 9 months in a season, a football season. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So 9 months is what the footballers, they'll be working in and out for 9 months. So 33,000 times 9 is giving us 297,000, an amount spent for the month alone. You've not done any other, it's only to take the team safe to a place, book hotel, feed them, and go into a match and what have you. That's the fuel, a bus. That's what you're spending for a month. 297,000 Ghanaian cedis. Now, that's not all. You listen. I've told you that the winner of the Ghanaian Premier League alone is taking 300,000 Ghanaian cedis. Already, at the end of the month, the club have spent 297,000 Ghanaian cedis. Now, salary per player. Let's assume, per the Ghana Premier League standard, and I know players take more than that, some players take more than that. Let's assume a player is taking 1,005. So each player is taking 1,005 Ghanaian cedis. 1,005 cedis. 1,005. Now, on my rough sheet here, I've written 1,005 times 30. You register 30 players per season. Some clubs register more. Some have 32. Some have 40. But let's take the minimum number, 30. So you multiply 1,005 by 30 players, you're getting 45,000 salary alone. 45,000. So you add, before you do the addition, you multiply 45,000 by 9 months, because they'll be paid for 9 continuous months as they work for the club. So for their working or active period, 45,000 times 9 months is 405,000 Ghana cedis. 405,000 Ghana cedis. Record that the amounts that the club is spending per travel and what have you, playing home matches, together for a month is 279,000 Ghanaian cedis. Now, let's do this quick addition. The salaries, which we pegged one at 1,500, the minimum 1,500 by 30 players. We multiply that by 9 months. Now, the salaries, which is 9 months, which is 405,000 Ghanaian cedis, plus the home and away expenses. The home and away expenses is 297,000. So you add 405,000 Ghanaian cedis plus 297,000 Ghanaians, and you're getting 702,000 Ghanaian cedis already. But the winner of the league is taking home 300,000 Ghanaian cedis. I didn't say $3 million. I didn't say 300 million US dollars. I didn't say 300 what have you. I'm saying that 300,000 Ghanaian cedis. That's what the person who wins the Ghanaian Premier League is taking home. But before the month comes to, salaries for the 9 months plus home and away expenditure for the 9 months, the club is already at cost. On G League, on G League, club, Infanta Club, we want G League, the fifth. The club just came set on the league of fifth, what have you. It's already, the club has already spent 702,000 Ghanaian cedis. Now let's add winning bonuses. Let's assume that a club is paying per player 1,000 Ghana cedis for winning bonus. I know some clubs do. Even if I pick the minimum number, 500 cedis, and you multiply that 500 cedis by 20, how much are you getting? You do the mathematics there for me and let me know. So I picked 1,000 Ghana cedis. So you multiply 1,000 by 20, because on a match day you take about 20 players. Some clubs take 18, but when COVID came in, they opened up. Some clubs were taking 20 and what have you. So 20 players per match day. They win the match. You are supposed to pay them 1,000 Ghana cedis at a go. Those 20 players. That is 20,000 Ghana cedis. So in a month, when they win twice, that is 40,000 Ghana cedis. Maybe away, you say you give them 1,000. Home, you give them 500 cedis. So for the away matches alone, you are spending 40,000 Ghana cedis. You do the mathematics and add the 40,000 Ghana cedis plus the 702,000 Ghanaian cedis. That is some 742,000 Ghana cedis. This is why the supporters are saying they can't go to the stadium to go and watch such a club play, because they don't know what monies the clubs will set aside for branding. They don't know, because they go to the various stadiums and you don't see paraphernalias, you do not see identification. You don't see anything that you see a standout player's picture on. There's nothing. There's nothing in terms of branding. There's some few clubs that do have their players on their buses, and I'm sure I could even count them. Probably maybe an example would be Dreams FC. If not, they have the Dream logo. I know Kotoko has the Porcupine logo. I know Accra Heart of Folk have some blend of the rainbow colors and what have you. But what monies can be set aside to please these players? So what they say is that the players wouldn't be paid properly. My second point, I come on. They say the players aren't paid properly. But for the prize money, they are already pleading with the government to do some injection into the league. Let's assume that the FA has gone out and gathered 300,000 Ghana cedis as prize money for the winner of the Ghanaian Premier League, plus 40 gold medals. Then the government is also supporting with some 700,000 Ghana cedis. You sum that up, and that's some good money. That's some money that, at least if you do all this mathematics, and the club has spent 742,000 Ghanaian cedis, it has a backlog that they can see as profit. If the club has not sold players, it has a bit of a backlog. So this is what people are saying, and they say the payment of the players aren't attractive enough. I know here in Ghana, even the major clubs, some of them owe their players for 2 months, for 3 months. It's not the doing of the club administrators. They cannot pay the players with this expenditure staring at them in their face, and they need to be playing week in, week out. Which Ghanaian, company pays, not in terms of pays, but churns out money week in, week out, and gathers this amount at the end of the month, and it's continuous like that for 9 months, and the company is still running and has strength on. Is this is some of the reasons people are saying they aren't going to the stadium, because they feel the league has a low quality, the standards are low. So they don't want to go to the stadium. Reasons why they are pleading with the government to do a bit of injection. The FA has tried. I mean, the FA, amidst it trying, it needs to do more, because 300,000 Ghanaian cedis is not pleasing enough. So they are calling for the government to do injection. They're talking about the amount which has been paid players. They read in the internet, they see the Lukakus, they see the Brunos, they see the Casmeros, they see the David De Geas, they see the Kepa Arrizabalagas, they see the Sommers, they see the Neymar Juniors, they see these players, Kudus Mohamed, Thomas Partey. These guys have been paid lots of amounts at the end of every week. And it helps the players brand themselves. It helps place them in the society to a certain level. Now, the supporter tells me that, on I'm down on more market. When who player is a player need to in toes. I'm not saying in toes is wrong. But I was even trying to convince that fan that to see the player stand behind Tomanto and buy, the player is creating some link with the footballing fans direct. But they tell me no. When you go down there, some players, Omoko Free Adriani, some players have borrowed food. Go and ask yourself for food joint and go by joint. Some players are owing. And this wouldn't make our they say they don't go to the stadium because the players themselves are more attractive. The players in our league are suffering, majority of them, because few of them that you can count have been paid well. Unless you excel super. It's when you are getting some 8,000 or 12,000 or 10,000 Ghana cedis at the end of the month. But majority of our players are in a certain bracket. And it's the reason why the fans are saying they aren't going to the stadium. Now, one of the pressing issues that they raised, that I feel also demands a lot of attention, is the field of play. Oh my goodness. The field of play is never attractive enough. Even sometimes when you are watching on set on TV, it's like they only do it for the club licensing to come and inspect. After the inspection is done, the clubs return back to their old fold. But these clubs are also saying that they pay the amount that are deducted from their gates proceeds, even with the few number of supporters that are getting to the stadium. And they pay for the usage of the facility. So for nothing at all, they aren't the sole, people to blame for the nature of the pitch. They can do a lot about it because no club owns any field or any sporting facility that is approved officially by the club licensing committee here in Ghana. No club owns it. So they're saying the field of play is not unattractive. The last time I was calling for an agenda. Listen, if we can develop our national facilities, say we have the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, CAF approved, Kipco Sports Stadium, CAF approved, Accra Sports Stadium, CAF approved, Sekendi Esipon, CAF approved, Tamale, CAF approved, and we have even 5 national stadiums. And we are playing the football league on, and we've developed it very well, and we have good coverage. The fans are going to love it. And the fans at these centers, they are scattered across. So just as the club licensing committee does, when your venue is not approved, they go to the nearby venue to try and secure the nearby venue for you to play on. So if you have good qualities, I know some of the supported base in that club, because people have traveled and are working at spaces, they will go to support their clubs. I was one time at a bank, and I was trying to find out why they don't go to the stadium. Well, they complain about the time they close from the bank, for example, which we can't do anything about. But another issue of interest is that they don't find our league so scintillating. The pitch of play, you can talk about it, it's not good. I've been to a lot of venues that the pitch is in a bit of a shambles. It does not look organized. It does not look organized. The pitch is not in a good state, I want to say. The fans are saying this is some of the reasons they aren't going to the stadium. What can we do? We need to develop our pitches. We need to have a national policy. We need to have an agenda. We need to do things right with our football. Now, one of the issues that I feel has become the bone of contention that on the Asempa dialogue, I heard the Youth and Sports Minister speak about. I heard the Ghana Football Association President speak about at a point in time. The General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association also talk about at a point in time is e-ticketing. Listen, e-ticketing is not the only problem. E-ticketing is not the problem. I say e-ticketing is not the problem because The Baba Sports Stadium hosted the Black Stars versus Nigeria. Yes, the Black Stars is a bigger brand. It's a huge identity. People love to affiliate themselves with people who want to associate with the brand Black Stars. But I tell you what, people were forced to know how to do the e-ticketing bit. And they did the e-ticketing. And then they went into the stadium. So the only approach is that what strategies can we use to help improve the e-ticketing? And I say that, let us develop a card. And on that card, you can just go to, say, a shell that the FA has designated as a point where you can get your Ghana Premier League matches card. So you go there, say, just like the journalists have a card that has been issued by the Ghana Football Association. We can issue cards like the electronic card system we have in Ghana. What was the name of that card? The Ghana card. We can have something like the Premier League matches card. So you go to a shell designated area, and then you say you want to purchase the Ghana League card, and they ask you, okay, how many matches do you want? Like, I want all the home matches. I want to watch all the home matches, or I want to watch 7 home matches. I want to watch 2 away matches. We know that in the league, from the first half, we play 17 matches. I talk about the league because it's our premium. It is what we are painting to the world, that's the 18 we are holding. So you go there and you get a card. They register on it, home matches. Then they label all the number of home matches per the entry. This just computer works. So you put it. There are a lot of young Ghanaian guys here who are intelligent, who are looking for jobs that we can always get them to do this, because for development of football, FIFA brings some bits of money. So the FA can take it upon itself, meet the Ministry of Youth and Sport. It is youth and sport. So sport is embedded in there with the youth, and bring this youth in as part of creating jobs for them. Let them design a model. Put the statement out there. Let the people design a model. Something that we can use, something that people can emulate. And then we know how much it will go in to print this card, get them, log in these details for e-ticketing. When you go, you buy the card, and that card contains only 17 home matches. So when you get to the match venue, you show your card. They use a scanner. Bing, bing, they scan. They say, okay, that match is, say, Accra has the folk BBN Go Stars. It scans. It prints your ticket. They tag it on your hand, on your wrist. You go, and you have your card with you. And this it hits the account of the club. And then when it hits the account, there's an automatic deduction from all the deductions that is done from the NSA, from the Ghana Football Association, for what have you, the ambulance service, all of those details. The first aiders, what have you, everyone takes his money. The chunk of the amount is already sitting in the club's official bank account. So e-ticketing, we only have to improve it. It is never a problem. Now, where do we put our priorities? The last time I read, the Ghana Football Association is putting up a structure at Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence. For a league sponsor? No, it's not the way to go. It's just never the way to go. I do not know what nitty-gritties or what details went into the signage of that contract, but I feel that is not the way to go. If a sponsor is for the league, it should be strictly for the leagues. Then they are building a turf at Pram Pram for what? The Black Stars usage? It is a no. We should develop our venues. We should be injecting in making sure the Accra Sports Stadium have a carpet field. The Baba Yara Sports Stadium has a carpet field which is being maintained all the time. We have green grass technology. If they aren't good enough, or if their services aren't really that rich, we inquire from other people. We do this investment. Like I was saying, if we have 5 venues, we put up structures for them. For the national facilities, we can use this amount to, if only we want to do pitch in Kwana area, we can do that. So taking sponsorship money and putting the priorities wrong is never the way. It will not help our clubs to grow. This is what the people are saying. It does not attract them. They don't know where the priorities are placed. Our priorities, they don't know where, because this is league we are talking about. The league, somebody comes and sponsors the league, 2 million, 6 million, and we say we have $6 million, and we're using some part of that first tranche, $2 million to go and do investment at Pram Pram, which is for the league, and then we pay the clubs 300,000 Ghanaian cedis. Oh, well, why are we doing that? Why are we doing some of these things? Why? This is not an agenda by the journalists. This is not an agenda by the teaming supporters of a club. This is not the agenda of Ghanaian footballing fans. It is a problem. It is a priority placed wrong. Then don't go into that agreement at all. That is where we have graded ourselves in terms of branding. You need to set standards. They're saying that's the reason they aren't going to the stadium. What can we do about it? One of the reasons they are saying is they say their security is not safe. They have beaten me at Swedru. They beat me mercilessly at Swedru. I only survived. It was by grace. I went to do scan. They say there's nothing wrong in my system, no blood, oozing out of any vein and what have you. And then they have to just give me some medications and what have you. Ernest Thompson Cote, the former Lebusian Drafts coach, was beaten in Brekum. The security of the footballing fans, they say, is not safe. I turned the FA up again for separating the Zone 1, the Zone 1 of the Access Bank Division 1 League into two zones. Say Zone 1A and Zone 1B. It's good because the fight at a point in time was uncontrollable. Listen, I feel there should be the military presence at our venues. The people we call them stewards should be trained well. They should be trained well. If our stewards are trained well, they will know, the people would have a bit of respect for them. When I've been at venues where people do not respect the stewards. So our security needs to be improved. I've been at a venue where the match kicked off late, 15 or 16 minutes into time. We were supposed to start at 3. We started at 3:16 because we were waiting for the security. And the security only came 16 minutes to time. That's when we kicked off. An official game. So imagine if there weren't even floodlights at the venue. What were we going to do? Would the match be postponed and the rest of the time played the following day? The way to go? Have we seen this in the English Premier League? Have we seen this in the Spanish La Liga Santander? Have we seen this in the Italian Serie A? Have we seen this in German Bundesliga? Or have we seen it in the French Ligue 1? Or not? Or the Dutch Eredivisie? Or the Pro League in Belgium? We've not seen that. The security is what they are concerned about. They aren't going to the stadium because they feel their security is not safe. Now, one of the reasons why people aren't going to the stadium again is marketing, for marketing reasons. Yay. They say we have taken $1 million for marketing and promotion of our league. Me who be. I've gone to venues where I don't even see pitch panels. I don't see promotion on radio. I don't see giant boards in town having a certain player's picture, like a design flyer they are selling. That's signpost is really for football, and they, like at every major junction, maybe say the circle interchange, maybe say in Cape Coast, say the Pedu Junction, there's a big billboard where when you see, if Accra House of Folk is coming to play, say a club here in Cape Coast, BBN Gold Stars or Kotokuro Royals, you can see it on the billboard. And the Ghanaians, things entice them when they see designs and they want to go and see, hey, Charlie, and they're using vans walking in towns and talking about league matches and promoting. Nowadays, the only promo you get is they do jingle, they do music, they play music, then they'll be playing music, and then that's the only thing they do. You must set people purposely to promote the league, and this should be an agenda of the FA. You should buy into people's mind, people's idea. People believe in the league, like myself, like other colleagues, people who don't want to say things that is detrimental to the image of the league. But we promote the league. We talk about players. We talk about good fields we have done. Good playing fields. We talk about the branding of a football club. Lagos City's came, and Lagos City started getting fans because of their branding alone. No, they have not kicked any boy here, but their branding alone and the social media space, what they were doing there was already giving them numbers on the social media. And if they had done their things were done, those numbers could have translated into the stadium. They said our marketing is very poor. We don't see anything. We have gone for $1 million for promotion and marketing. Oh, my friends at the FAY. What is that amount? Is it sitting? The amount is there. It's sitting. And Omwedi. Because we don't know what's happening. We want to know. A headline for Nintiaskano. The headline sponsor haven't paid that money yet. We need to know. The standard of refereeing. One of the issues they mentioned, I guess sad. I've been at match venues. And I'm not being sentimental because I love the league. And even if I'm being sentimental, I love the league. I've been at match venues. The performance of referees will shock you. It will shock you to your core. They are human beings. They make mistakes. But some of the mistakes they make are deliberate. They are human beings. Listen, if we want to have a way to go, I feel sanctions should be tighter. When you're a Ghanaian Premier League referee, for example, and you officiate and you make mistakes that are unpardonable, I feel as part of your punishment after the fine, you should be demoted to like Division 2 a Premier League referee, we demoted to Division 2. It will put some fear in them. It will push them on their toes to officiate the game fairly. And the FA should try and pay their monies on time. Because if the FA owes them, I can have friends some member 3,000 Ghana cedi. You go and take that money and officiate for that team. Because we are humans first. And they have needs at home, they have families. They sit in car, they risk their lives. And they risk their lives even with the bad decisions they take. Because supporters will be chasing them up and down. I've been to venues where fans have chased referees. So the people say the standard of refereeing in our league is very poor. It's not good. So they aren't going to the stadium for that reason. Because Anya Umbedia, my home team, or the one who's paying more. And our standard of play. Our clubs, they love sacking coaches in and out. One day, when I come back on the narrative, I'm going to talk about the coaches in Ghana. If you're a coach in Ghana and you have principle, and you are disciplined, and you have structure, and you are well organized, it will be difficult for you to coach a club for about 3 seasons or 4. Even sometimes it will be difficult for you to get a club to coach. I tell you, because my own people, my club administrator, they will frustrate you to the game, which is not the way to go. And the people are saying that the standard of play is low. Identity, we don't see a pattern, a flow, like you see a certain Manchester City. It is placed on some sharp tiki-taka. We saw Barcelona do same stuff because the coach who came and coached them had a standard. He had a system, and they are following that system. And so they said the standards of play are low. And they say the ball is not nice. I went out there and I asked the fans. It's not me saying it here. I'm only adding facts to this research that I've done to pronounce to you that these are factors, the unseen factors affecting stadium attendance. Kindly click on the subscribe button. Make sure you leave your comment in the comment section. I am Bernard Abekowachu. This is Abekowachu here on YouTube. Stick and stay. This is the narrative.